Water views like this are nice, aren't they? Why are we as people so drawn to them? Is it something deep within us? The answer is likely yes. But more than that, properties near the water provide a host of benefits that piqued our curiosity when we got the opportunity to check out this property. We haven't done one of these kind of home tours in a while, so pardon us if we're a little bit rusty. Let's see what this property has to offer, what you get for the price tag, and if living near the water is so good, why in the world would someone want to sell it? Well, that sounds fancy.
Yeah.
All right, so let's check this place out.
All right, so we've just entered this beautiful property, and the first thing I notice is light, light, light. We have a lot of light, and it's very open feeling. What do you think, Josh?
Well, as I'm behind the camera and just taking a peek up, yeah, I agree. It feels really well appointed with all of the furniture. It's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, really, really nice. I think that view over there is really what's calling me.
Let's go. So we have the flow of the living room straight to the view.
We thought it was interesting that a 2016 study found that just living inside of water was linked to lower levels of psychological stress. And that's even after taking into account income levels, which generally have a great impact on health outcomes.
Look at the famous boats along the river.
Okay, so the owner was telling us that his wife actually likes to come out here almost year-round and sunbathe.
Yeah.
Is that something that you would do, just like hanging out right here?
Absolutely. Get my legs first.
Scientist and author of Blue Mind, the surprising science that shows how being near, in, on, or underwater can make you happier, healthier, more connected, and better at what you do, said water in all its forms can be the quickest shortcut to mindfulness and a shift into what I call blue mind that I know of. Our brains switch into a different mode which can involve mind wandering, creativity, and sleep, which are all known to be important to health, resilience, and productivity. Psychologists refer to water's changing uniformity as putting us in a state of soft fascination, which can be highly restorative.
One really cool thing that I've noticed that I like is, of course, you can see the boats along the river, but just through this little space, you can also see the famous trolley.
I did find it interesting that the owner said that if he bought 2 floors down, he would not have a view at all.
Which it's interesting because it's a beautiful balcony or terrace just down here. But yeah, the problem would be is you don't have the view. So while you get space out there, you're not looking at the beautiful river. I think I'd pay for the river.
Living near water, especially inside of water, has an economic impact too. These properties are limited in supply and therefore have a much higher price. In fact, we found out that the owner had a choice between a larger apartment with a 3rd bedroom on a lower floor with no view, or this 2-bedroom with a view for the same price.
This part of Porto is very different than where we live, which is quite central, but what I've noticed is that you can just come right outside the building, go downhill, and the river is just right there.
So it's like about a 2-block walk from essentially being riverside. That is not bad at all.
So not only do you get to look at the river, but you also can easily walk to it and be right there.
Yeah, I think that river access is pretty amazing. You do have a steep hill to the left, but down to the right to get river access. And then actually when you're like returning home, it's not bad at all. One thing I will say, and that is kind of counter to what we are in terms of our lifestyle. We're not car people. And I think to live here, you would definitely be a car person.
You would want a car. And the good thing is this unit comes with 2 parking spaces, so you would want a car for sure.
Before we go back inside, this property is in a luxury development, so let's see what else is here to warrant the price tag.
We're on the outside part. This is the pedestrian only area. They have a garage, and then you can come in this way as well.
Okay, so they're cleaning this room right here, but actually you can rent this room for a 4-hour block, only 25 euros. So you could have a party or something, a barbecue. But the paddleball courts are free to use. That's very cool. So we got a community garden here. So the residents take care of their little plot if they want to. And of course, the kiddos are not left out. We have a little playground here. All right, Kalie, you always complain about there not being enough urban playgrounds.
I guess I have to live here.
Yeah, we could have one right here for Valencia.
I would be here all the time with her, I'm sure. Well, we've obviously seen the view, but what else does the price of this apartment actually get us?
The investment in these kinds of properties is historically much more sound compared to landlocked properties, with Riverview properties having an average of a 25% premium.
An open kitchen for one, which isn't as common here, so it's open and it's well lit.
And practically all white. So, Tekka sink. What else do we have? Cupper bush.
I don't know how to say that. Okay.
Cupper's bush.
Water heater. I'm looking for the fridge. They always hide them here. Must be this.
Well hidden fridge.
Yeah.
Are we on like MTV Cribs where we're like, all right, what do we got
What do
here?
we eat? Very healthy.
I know I just referenced MTV Cribs, and I think that dates me.
That shows
like
your age.
I don't think that shows on television anymore.
That shows your age for sure.
And who watches television anyways?
Here are the electric blinds for this window, and then the windows over here.
Well, those are nice.
Yeah.
I think the lights on. So serious.
This is a pillow. It's as if it just sucks it right up.
All right, going out of the room in the house that I think like normally your parents, if you grew up in the 80s and 90s, wouldn't actually let you use, right?
Yeah.
Remember those
don't
rooms?
Don't go in there. Yeah.
Don't go in there. Don't sit on the furniture.
Yeah. But you can come in here, and wow, I think I'd rather be in here.
Yeah, man. I could see many of people playing video games if they have actually time to play video games, but for sure watching soccer.
That more for me than video games.
Okay, so the owner said that this place comes furnished. It was recently actually finished in terms of the interior design, like 2 months ago.
Right.
As Kalie touches the wallpaper.
Wallpaper, yes. It's interesting because when we think of wallpaper, we think of something ugly.
Yes.
You know, like, ooh, why would you want wallpaper in your house? But this doesn't look like wallpaper. I mean, it is, but it just seems like it's just a textured wall. So I think this is what new, like the new
the new wallpaper.
The new wallpaper, yeah.
And I wonder if like in 20 years people are gonna be like,
ew. Peel this off. Probably.
But for now, it looks nice.
One thing I noticed while sitting here is this apartment's only just under 100 square meters, but it feels really big.
Yeah, we haven't actually seen the bedrooms
rest of it.
yet.
Yeah.
So, but no, I agree with you. Like the living room area and whatever this room is called, it feels big. The kitchen obviously is not a big kitchen, but it's big enough. There's enough stuff in there.
And it has the pass-through, so you have the bar, so you can sit on the outside, but easily put stuff as well there to eat and everything. We'll head to the bedrooms in a second, but while sitting here, I did notice Josh was joking about this room being like, what is this room? It's probably a spot to have a dining room table. So if you wanted a dining room table, then you could have it there, which makes sense. There's a half bath around the corner for guests, which is great, but then behind this door is where it really opens up. And honestly, you probably would keep this open because you get the whole airflow and then you get the view.
Now we know what you might be thinking, there is no way I could afford this property. And that's what we thought, but then we talked to our mortgage broker who told us what it would be like with financing. A minimum down payment of around 160,000 euros, and you could own this apartment for monthly payments of 2,500 to 3,000 euros depending on your age. We know people spending around that in rent, and this you would actually own.
There is storage, and this is the utility closet. One thing that I've noticed in new builds here is they don't put a spot for you to actually have a proper washer, dryer, and to hang your clothes. This place has that, which is really important because it's really hard when you're living somewhere and you have your drying rack up, I don't know, in your living room or something, but they have a spot for it here, which is really nice.
And for over $500,000, you better have it.
Yeah, you better. Here's the first bedroom, both en suites, and look at this.
Central heat and air.
Haha, very good.
It's like America. Oh, okay, so it's an office. Nice.
Fitted for a bedroom or for an office, and good storage space, which again is always important. They don't think about that when they make new builds. They don't put this stuff in and then you're stuck like, where do I put all my clothes, or just your little knickknacks that you have to hide away. You have to have some extra space. So I do like that they put that over here. Should I sit at the piano and play? You don't want to hear that.
It'll be like dun, 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 dun,
I do know that one.
Yeah,
or
I think
Mary
we all
Had
do.
a Little Lamb. I know Mary Had a Little Lamb.
All right, so now we come into Master Suite.
It's as if you have a walk-in closet, but it separates the bedroom and the bathroom in a very nice way, actually.
You just got your feet dead.
They feel really nice, the rugs.
Which one's the real one? It's so bright out there, I can't see a thing.
I know we've talked about the view on the other side, of course, which is the river, but this is also a nice view. It's just a wall that will stay there, so it won't change, and you have pretty flowers, which is calming. Okay, what I really want to see, master bathroom. One of the most important things for me. If you know me well, you know that I don't like a shower that just spills out onto the floor. So
No, there's no way this shower's like that.
Ah, it's a tub. I'm okay with that. Some people don't like tubs, but I do.
As we continued on with the tour, we learned the reason behind the owner wanting, or maybe better put, needing to sell the property, despite the interior designer just finishing the design less than 2 months ago. It's pretty simple. As we got to know the owner, we found out that he works in logistics and needs to move back to his native Brazil for an indefinite period of time, so he'll no longer be able to live here. He loves the apartment and is sad to say goodbye to it, but life happens. So I'm not exactly sure what this material is. Could be marble, could be quartz, granite.
I don't know.
Could be
I don't know.
marble. I don't know my materials very well.
I don't either.
But it's very nice looking.
And they went with a light theme.
It's light, but it's not white. So like, if it gets a little messy, it's not the end of the world.
Not noticeable.
There we go, we've got a little Portuguese brand there. I do like what the interior decorator did. We've been told that it comes furnished, this place, and there's not too much furniture, which is great. That makes it feel less Portuguese.
Yes, they do like a lot of their furniture in the dark wood. This is like simple modern. So it's functional, efficient, but still bright, airy, feels nice. It totally goes with the idea of the apartment being open.
It's like exactly what you would think this apartment should be like in terms of the way it's equipped, right?
Yes. Well, they're not kicking us out just yet because this just went on the market. So for now, I'm going back to the balcony because the water is drawing me in.